Packers. Of course, these guys have some unique knowledge here for us as we get you set for Super Bowl 52. What do you got?
I covered both of those.
They'll beat Ryan.
They signed this guy in the middle of the season here, and I'm like, where are you going to fit in? And he said, "I'll return a couple punts in the Super Bowl. No big deal."
No big deal. Mike's been busy breaking some news here for us, and of course he's going to have the latest as the Arizona Cardinals named Steve Wilks their head coach. The Titans introducing Mike Vrabel and more. But we got to get back to how we learned who was going to play in Super Bowl 52. It started in Foxborough on Sunday, and there's Tom Brady. Yeah, the hand was all right, I guess.
A little electrical tape on it. It's all good.
Put a little something on there, and he was good to go. But Blake Bortles and the Jags came out firing, already up 7-3. How about Leonard Fournette?
Hey, that's a man run right there.
Powering through.
Couldn't ask for a better start for the Jaguars, man. They came out, they started the football game they wanted to.
Game plan seemed solid. Run, play action, they had it all going. And then here with under 2 minutes to go in the first half, Rob Gronkowski takes a big hit from Barry Church.
Never like to see nobody get hurt. Pretty okay.
That's a tough spot.
However, this would have been the play of the game had the Jags won.
Reports that there's a lot of confidence he's going to play. I don't like to do that with concussions. I've heard the same, but we'll see. There's enough time at least for him to potentially recover.
Hey, Patriots are actually okay without him. Ended up scoring a touchdown before the end of the half, and here we go to the fourth quarter. Just a little touch up on that tape job
adhesive.
There. Yeah, just a little something. 20-10. Patriots down.
That's the play of the game right there.
Third and 18. Danny Amendola finds a spot in the middle of the defense and comes up with a big catch that ended up with a Amendola touchdown. Here to bring the Patriots within 3.
Amendola stepped up when Gronk got hurt. Absolutely.
They always find somebody.
Absolutely.
Oh, and surprise, surprise, Tom Brady is just going to lead his 8th career postseason fourth quarter comeback. There it is, your go-ahead touchdown. Danny Amendola ×2. He had 5 catches, 56 yards, and 2 scores in the fourth quarter alone. But the Jags still had a shot.
Can you do it late?
On 4th and 14, Bortles stepping up, looking for Dede Westbrook, but Stephon Gilmore. Worth every penny of that contract, right?
And
Belichick says we pay you guys for the playoffs.
And to trust him in that coverage and not have, hey, keep everything in front of us. I mean, he was singled up there.
That's a tough coverage on that route.
Yeah, it is.
24-20. It's the 8th now Super Bowl appearance for Tom Brady and Bill Belichick together. No coach and quarterback have done it more than those two. Here's Brady. He may have done it a lot, but it never gets old.
We cherish these moments and opportunities, and I know we've had quite a few of them, which we've been very blessed to do, and it's just been an unbelievable run. And I think everyone should be really proud of what we accomplished. This is a different team than last year's team, and it didn't look good at 2-2, and you just keep showing up to work every day, and we sit in these chairs, and Coach Belichick gets up here, and he demands a lot out of us, and he tries to get the most out of us every day, and it's not always great. Sometimes it's pretty average, and then you're just trying to get better and better and get to the point where you can make the fourth quarter of a game and try to play well enough to get yourself into the next one.
Tom did a great job, and he's a tough guy. We all know that, all right? But man, I'm talking about open heart surgery here.
Tommy's the best, man. He's the toughest guy I've ever met, physically, mentally, and if there's anything that happens to Tom, I know he can handle it, and it was unfortunate to see him get injured midweek. I know mentally it probably stressed. It's a testament to his career, his personality, the man he is, and not only is he the best player in our locker room, but he gets everybody else to play well and step their game up, and that's why he's the best.
Tommy's the best kid. He's the best. 8 fourth quarter comebacks in the postseason, 3 more than a couple of Hall of Famers there. Well, 4 more than Terry Bradshaw and John Elway, 3 more than Joe Montana. Tom Brady now with a shot to become the only player in NFL history with 6 Super Bowl rings, currently tied with Charles Haley with 5 rings. And, well, there it is. You saw that Danny Amendola has a little bit of an affection for Tom Brady, and that's clearly that is shared. We're going to the Super Bowl. There he is on Instagram. There's also some Instagrams from his wife, Giselle, celebrating afterwards.
Relationship goals.
He wins off the field as well, as we know. Look, after the game, Doug Marrone was asked how they were able to, or how Tom Brady was able to come alive really in that fourth quarter, in the second half. And he was like, well, couldn't really point to one thing. It was like they just started making plays, which is what they do when their backs are against the wall. I mean, what did you see, James? How were they able to do it?
The Jags had their backs against, had the Patriots' backs against the wall. Yeah. And to me, the play of the game was 3rd and 18. And if you stop Tom Brady and them right here, it's 3rd and 18. You see Amendola in the slot. Jacksonville Jaguars are drive, you know, and they got 7 out of it. But if you stop them right there and make them punt, even if you go 3 and out, you changing the field position, you're pinning them back, making them go 90, 80 yards to have to score again, and I think the Jags would have been in a totally better position. But credit to Brady, credit to Belichick. They always find a way to make plays when the plays are needed, and that's why they're going to their 8th one together, because they make plays when it counts in big-time moments.
And other teams don't. And they don't make the mistakes at the moments when other teams do. Now, there was a sequence earlier in the 3rd quarter. It started, the Jags were backed up. Bortles has a boot to the right, and he's got a guy wide open on the sideline, and he misses him, and he airmails it. On the next play, he gets sacked. And then 3rd down, you're just trying to survive. Now you're punting to them at midfield. I don't think the Patriots scored on that drive after that, but they were able to still continue to play that field position battle there. You can't miss.
No.
You can't miss. I also think on the other side of halftime, the first side of halftime, the Jaguars said, all right, we're just going in. We're going to play it conservatively here.
55 seconds left.
Go for it. Go for the jugular. I understand they didn't want to make any mistakes, but
get something.
But that shows that just shows right then and there you do not trust your quarterback.
At all.
55 seconds, anybody else in this league is going to try to make a couple plays. Even if you start the drive off with a pass and get a chunk play, you're like, okay, now we can go down the field and at least try to get in field goal range.
Yeah.
They didn't even give Blake a chance.
Because in their mind,
they're in their mind, we don't want him to turn it over, force a throw and something like that, run it, we get a fumble or something. And you cannot play like that, especially in New England. And then the small things, the delay of game when
they converted the 3rd
Mercedes
down.
Lewis converted, and you could have, at worst, get a field goal of 17-3. So you cannot do that, especially in New England when they're at home, because they will come back and bite you.
You cannot play it safe against them. And that's what they did. They didn't want to turn over. Right. Hopefully New England can get 3 or 7 to close the gap. But what Tom Brady did really well on the sequence you just showed is that, you know, if it's man-to-man, they're going to run the pick routes that you've seen. If it's zone, what he does really well, on the 3rd and 18, he looked off Miles Jack and looked up Tyshawn Gibson to get the middle wide open. And then in the red zone, what he did, in zone, the quarterback takes his hand off the ball, break. And he took his hand off the ball, and Telvin Smith jumped up and had the back of the end zone wide open. So, I mean, just a brilliant job in that regard.
Here's my question to you, just going back to that late 2nd quarter sequence. If you say you don't trust your quarterback, what does that communicate to the rest of the team now when they do make the comeback and now you need your quarterback to start making throws? Does that hurt your confidence, saying that,
I think
we know what they think?
They know that already going in. You know, I'm sure that's already understood. Yeah. They hear it all week. They've seen it happen. They actually know, like, hey, we have to win certain games for Blake, as they've done before.
Absolutely.
Well, you have a chance to put your foot on their neck.
There's a reason why you have an offensive meeting room and a defensive meeting room. You're talking about stuff in that defensive meeting room.
Even at halftime, you put the
like, listen, we're going to have to get some turnovers. We're going to have to make some plays to help Blake out. And in the offensive room, maybe not straight to Blake, but when the coaches go upstairs, they're like, listen, we get in these situations. We don't want him to force the ball, make no mistakes, and we'll live with the chances of our defense, because that's what they did. They say, we're up 14-3. We're not going to do nothing stupid, and we're going to live with our defense. We believe in our defense. And in the second half, Tom and them came out and made a couple more plays than the Jags defense.
Well, in the second half, you know, when we talk about the Patriots, how they do all the little things, how about the battle of the special teams here, especially in the second half? You go back to one sequence, Ryan Allen was punting them inside the 10 all night. And then I want to say about 6 minutes to go, he punts to the 10, Jags go 3 and out. and then they punt it. Amendola takes it back 20 yards, and they start the go-ahead touchdown drive from the 30.
And that's another thing we're not giving credit to is the Patriots defense. They came out 3 and outs, kept giving the ball back to Brady. You know, Brady and them wouldn't score, they get it right back to him, you know, and they kept getting it back to him. And if you keep giving Brady opportunities, eventually he's going to find a way to make some
masters.
plays.
Real quick, we saw that bite where Belichick said we're not talking about open heart surgery. If you see in his eyes there, he sees that as a chance to speak to the 53rd man on the roster by saying, I'm going to take a shot at number 1 here.
Right.
But number 1's got to have the ability to say, I know what he's doing. I'm going to swallow that. That's why they're so good.
Because, by the way, Brady then afterwards came up and said, I was like, oh, gosh, I hope my season doesn't end on a handoff in practice on a Wednesday.
His hand didn't cut, according to what he said, because he got caught on something. His hand cut because his thumb ripped so far that the skin ripped. Okay? I'm going to need an ambulance to take me to the hospital just listening to that story.
Right. He was like, you really
Just a
didn't
piece
know
of tape.
on Wednesday.
No padding, just tape.
Like,
when you come out with a piece of tape on your hand,
there's nothing wrong.
I think you're okay. I don't want to say nothing wrong.
I think you're okay.
I wasn't there, but you should be okay. And I'm sure there's other teammates out there that's playing through injuries as well.
Piece of tape.
Just getting started on this 3-hour edition of The Aftermath, delivered by Papa John's. When we come back, more of the celebration in Foxborough. Look at that hug from Matt Patricia and Bill Belichick.
That was a great hug.
No kidding, right? He didn't have any time for that trophy, though. We'll get to that here in just a moment. Also, how the Eagles were able to get past the Vikings. I mean, an absolutely resounding victory. We'll take you back to Philly next.
The Aftermath is delivered by Papa John's. Free pizza with any pizza purchase of equal or greater value.
Your